Welcome to a lazy review video where I'm going to show you this Moz 4-channel zigbee module that I just purchased on AliExpress. And the reason I bought this because sometimes you have some stuff, like quite a few different stuff that you want to control and you want like a simple solution. In my particular case, I want to put some stuff in the garden that lights and landscape lights that I want to control. And some of them are going to be 12 volts, some of them are going to be 130 volts. I think actually the ones they are 12 volts, but they come with an adapter. So after all, I have to switch 240 volts. And I thought, if I'm adding a new device into the garden, then at least I should have as many outputs as possible. And I don't need switches because these are all going to be remote controlled, like they come on at dusk and they will turn off at some point in the evening. So I thought, let's just look at something which is relatively inexpensive, very simple. It doesn't have to have bells and whistles. So I found these Moz modules, and if I switch back to the listing, then I can show you that this is the device that I got, and actually it comes in quite a few different versions. So you can buy 1 gang, 2 gang, 3 gang and 4 gang version, and for everything there is a Wi-Fi version and there is a Zigbee version available. So I bought the Zigbee version and the 4 gang version, so you can see it here. It has live and neutral input and then 4 outputs, and these wires on the top are for the switches, which obviously I'm not going to connect, so that's absolutely optional. And so you can see this is how much I think I paid a little bit more because it was just before Black Friday, or I didn't pay this much. I think it was more like 18 or something like that. I think it's a relatively good price because other than that, I was, previously I was looking at these modules, and I think I have a video on 4-channel relay on these particular modules, these ones, which I installed in my brother's house. And this has a 4 version as well, and then you can buy ones which run on low voltage, and then you can buy ones which run on mains voltage. And these had the individual relay outputs, which is ideal, for example, garage motors or gate motors, and that's what I'm using there as well. So it looks like that, that's sort of like $14, $15, $16. This is what you can get for if you want like a 4-channel one, independent whether it's like the relay output or the ones that I have, or my version where it is the mains is directly switched on the output. And before I continue the video, I just wanted to add this caveat. Just ignore the background, that's for something else that I started working already. So I did mention a couple of times that it has, the relays are rated for 5 amps, and it also says that total of 5 amps for all the 5 channels. And as I said previously, it's not an issue for me because I'm planning to use it with LED signals. But again, just keep this in mind if you are planning to buy this, that especially if you are planning to put this in a confined space, then your circuit breakers are usually like 10 amps for light circuits. At least I think that's sort of the standard in Europe where I live. So your circuit breaker is going to protect anything up to 10 amps, but if you are drawing more than 5 amps, this guy is going to fail first. And this is why most of the stuff, like the rated stuff which has certification, they are usually like 10 or 16 amps. So they make just to make sure that they are protected or designed for the same currents what your circuit breakers are protected to. So just keep this in mind. I mean, this is kind of like the stuff that you don't usually think about. This is why you have electricians, that they know about or learn about the trade, and they know how to protect and properly size things. So probably this has like a CA mark, but that's not like the European thingy, so this wouldn't be approved in Europe for household use because it has a lower rating than the normal circuit breakers that we use in houses. So you can overdrive these, your circuit breaker is not going to protect it. So if you are accidentally put like a really high load on it, or your load fails and it short circuits, then this is probably going to burn down first before your circuit breaker is going to kick in. Well, not probably, but it is likely that to happen. And, you know, maybe it's just going to melt, but it can also catch on fire. So meat is going to be in the garden, so it's going to be less of a risk. But if you're using it indoors, keep this in mind. And my intention was that I want a 2-year model because I was hoping that it works with Zigbee to MQTT, which it does. And that's where I'm going to use it. So yeah, let me just show you how it works. You get a fairly decent I bought 2 of them. You get a fairly decent documentation. It's detailed for the kind of documentations that I'm getting nowadays. And of course, it comes in a couple of different languages. Probably the only thing I want to share is the connection diagram. I mean, not that it is, it's any secret how you need to wire this up, but this is the wiring diagram. And yeah, so connect your live and neutral, and then you connect the loads to the L1, L2, L3, and L4, and that's how you connect the, so to connect the switches between live and those ribbon cables which are coming out from the top. I'm not really happy about these ribbon cables because I don't want to connect the inputs. So, you know, I have these floating wires, which, I mean, I'm assuming that if you don't connect to anything, then they are not going to be connected to live, because after all, they are inputs. But I think I'm just going to cut these bare wires off and then probably like just tape them with electrical tape, just to make sure that it doesn't really touch anything. And yeah, I mean, otherwise it's a really small module, and it also comes with this plastic which is for connecting it or putting it on a DIN rail. So I like this small piece of plastic for mounting. And for the testing purposes, I mean, I only connected the live and the neutral connections so we can see how it works. And I mean, obviously we are going to hear the relay when it's switching on and off. So let me just connect it to mains. And I mean, I already have this hooked to Zigbee to MQTT. So let me change the screen so you can see how it looks like. And it is recognized as, let me just refresh the screen. So it is recognized as some Tuya TS0004 model, and it is a router type. So that's definitely going to be important for me in the garden. So I can chain these, and then probably one model is going to be closer to the house, and then hopefully that can, mesh the Zigbee network to other, Zigbee products which are going to be further out in the garden. And it exposes the 4 output. I mean, it's no secret. And you hear very faint relays. So obviously in the documentation, or not in the documentation, but on the sales screen, it actually says that total 5 amps. And I mean, I can definitely understand it's a really small package and it needs to fit 4 relays. So they are definitely very, very small relays. So just make sure that you keep in mind, you should not really overdrive these, because 4 amps total is not a lot, but for LEDs, landscape lights, like I'm planning to hook up things that are like 5 watts LEDs. So nothing like that. And yeah, it works. Oops, wrong screen, sorry. Yeah. One thing I noticed with this particular model, if I only turn on channel 3, I get a buzzing electrical noise, which I don't like. So I will keep this in mind for this particular model. I mean, not this model, but this, this switch, that I'm probably going to have the main lights on channel 1, and those are the ones that are going to be always on, and maybe the other channels are going to be optional or less, but less used. Anyway, it also has power on behavior, but then whenever I try to change it, it just says that it's not supported. So it looks like that some of the support is not, complete for this. There is a black light mode, which obviously has no reason to have something like this for this particular model. So I'm guessing that the same profile is being used for like regular light switches, like it shows in the diagram. But yeah, I have no issues with that. There is link quality and it's a router device, so it does everything that I want from such a device to do. And to be honest, that's pretty much it. But since we are there, and I have the iHost up and running as well, why don't we just you know, look at the iHost just for the heck of it. So device, where is this guy? Delete, and then force remove, delete, and let me just load the iHost. Oh, by the way, there is a button. Oops, let me show you. There is a button on the other side, so that's how you can reset it to go into pairing mode again. So on the iHost, I will start pairing at device. There, I'm wondering, is there a 4-channel switch from Sonoff? I don't think there is actually. So I'm pushing the reset button now. I usually just push for like 10 seconds or something. Oh, yeah, it shows. Oh, look. Oh, the reason I'm laughing because... Does it look familiar? I think it just basically shows that, you know, behind the scenes, you know, iHost is running zigbee to MQTT because it takes the same image. But at least it works. To be honest, I didn't. I mean, I thought that they are using some sort of port or something, but at least they keep this, you know, fairly up to date. Because I hooked it up to zigbee to MQTT, and it wasn't working perfectly. So I said, okay, let me just update zigbee to MQTT. And by the way, this is why I got this completely new interface. I haven't even mentioned that, but like I upgraded to the current version. Let me just see what's the current version is. Yeah, 2.6.3. And you know, this new user interface just came up, and it's like, woo, that looks nice. I need to get used to it. Like the menu is on the side instead of the top, but I like it. It looks nice. It's funky. I think probably the only thing I would do is, you know, there is a separate place for notifications. That's also nice. I think the only thing I would do, or probably, I'm not really fussed about it, but I think someone is that there should be an option to turn it into a dark mode, which maybe you can do in the front end. Enable notification. I'm pretty sure there is dark mode. There's always dark mode for these type of things. Serial advanced. Or maybe not. Okay, sorry to take the limelight from my iHost just to look at some of the UI features of the new zigbee to MQTT stats. Localhost coordinator. Oh, I'm still using my old coordinator. I haven't changed it to the new ones that I reviewed recently. Anyway, going back to the iHost. Yeah, it looks fine. I mean, I can even do schedules. Yeah, I mean, that's probably an iHost feature. Yeah, that's nice. And I can do delays as well. Yeah, looks good. And in the settings, I can, you know, change all these things. Oh, it also has the backlight indicator. And then the startup, which... Oh yeah, it doesn't show anything on a startup. So I think it just figured that it doesn't really support that particular feature. Okay, version. But I mean, other than that, if you just need to switch a couple of stuff, then, you know, it's nice. Oh, I forgot to show you how it works in the MQTT messages, but it shouldn't be really difficult to do. Shall we look at this? Let me just go back. I mean, it's a lazy review because it's a little bit unstructured, but hey ho, we only live once. So I'm pushing the button again and I'm doing the joining. I wonder if it would remember the name, if it comes back with the same name. No, it doesn't. It just reset. Okay. MQTT Explorer. Okay, cool. So zigbee to MQTT, and let me use this user interface to change some of the outputs. So at least we get some messages, and yeah. So that's how you get the messages. I mean, okay, this is how it looks like when you are getting a status update. And I'm guessing usually it goes to set and then JSON and let's switch the second output on. Yep, it just happened. Oops, it's on. Okay, so this is how you control it with messages. But that's it. It works, and it's simple. It is straightforward. I like it. Shall we? I mean, I have the NSPanel Pro here as well, so I might as well just test it in the NSPanel Pro. Let me switch. I'm just too lazy to start the application, the bidding application, so let me just do it from here. Can I get it on the view? So, what are you doing? No. Add device, start pairing. Shall we do a live field test? Yeah, they are not live. Okay. I don't think I've pressed the button for long enough. Something happened. Oh, switch, finish. Switch. Oh. I like the fact that the, I don't know, I mean, maybe the NSPanel Pro is also using zigbee to MQTT in the background. Maybe, no, I don't think so, because this is not, no, actually, yeah, this is also an Android, so it might be some sort of port. But I like the fact that how universal is with the new, Cube interface, that, once one of the device supports a particular zigbee type, then the other does as well. So probably the only thing we are not going to check is how it looks like in Tuya, where it is sold with Tuya, but it just works with everything. So this is just great. And yeah, this guy works. 4-channel with relatively not much money, with the caveat that Aries only support up to 5 amps total. So make sure you don't overdrive these guys, because then they are going to burn your house down. Unless you put it in a garden, then they are going to burn the house down. So that's it. I'm happy. I think this is going to be great. Actually, the reason I bought this, maybe I'm going to include a picture here, but I have a real train signal that I got from a friend who has some connections at the railways, and they found these that been, decommissioned and thrown out, and they were in a really poor state. And I thought, can you get me one? So I got one, and I refurbished. I mean, I restored it. I got a new lick of paint and everything, but it has the lights and the light fixtures and the glass, reflectors and everything. So I'm just going to plan to put like a LED bulb in it, just to get it running, and I'm going to use as a garden ornament, and in the evening it's just going to turn on. So I'm going to use it as a garden light. And I thought, if I'm going to use this to get power to it, and then get a Zigbee get a Zigbee device to be able to remote control it, I might as well just use that same spot to run some other garden lights. And this is why I've gone for the not just a single channel relay, but I thought, okay, let's just go to 4 channels, so I can control one light from the signal, and I can do 3 other channels for garden lights or anything else that I want to control from that location. So that's the plan. I'm still waiting for some of the LED modules, because this is a shunting light, which by default it has a blue light, and then it changes to white. But I think I'm going to use the blue, and I need a blue LED, which I ordered from AliExpress, and it's still in transit, so it's probably going to take some time. But I'm really happy about this. I think the restoration ended up being so really nice, and the whole thing just looks good, and I would like to have this sort of like a train ornament in the garden, which is actually going to be useful. So that was the reason I bought this, and maybe there is going to be a second signal as well in a couple of months' time. So I have a second one as well. So that's going to be there for the next signal, hopefully, which is going to be further out. And that's why I was planning to have these mains powered ones, so they can be routers and I can build a mesh Zigbee network in a garden which can reach all the way to the end of the garden. So, and hopefully that's going to work, because I already have the location for the signal and this guy, but the signal itself is made of, you know, metal sheets and everything. So the distance is not too long, but it's going to be shielded. So will this guy get through the shielding, the metal case, and into the coordinator? I think only time will tell. I mean, you know, once I install it, I will be able to tell, but that's the plan. So if it goes up, maybe I'm just going to put like a short or something about this. I don't think that's going to be like a proper review, but that's it. That's the reason I got this. And you know, they work fine for low power applications. I think they are going to be, you know, just perfect. So that's all for it for today. If you are interested in these guys, I'm going to have some links in the video description. But that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and hopefully see you next one.